How is the name of a hydrocarbon related to a family tree? Here are the names of the first 6 alkane chains and the first 3 alkane rings. So stop the video and write the name of the 7-carbon alkane chain, and then draw the structures of the first 3 alkane rings, as well as name the other 2 alkane rings. So here are the answers. If you take an alkane and remove one hydrogen, that becomes an alkyl group. The alkyl group is given the symbol R. So if you attach a functional group to the R group, that'll give you the name of the compound. To name a hydrocarbon, we can follow these rules. So stop the video, read those rules, and determine the name of that compound. So the answer is, the correct way to number the parent chain is from right to left. If we numbered the parent chain from left to right, we would get 4-ethyl, 5-methyl hexane, and those numbers are bigger than answer C. So let's practice. Stop the video and name this compound. So the longest chain is not hexane but heptane. There are 3 branches, and when we number the parent chain, we should go from bottom to top. So the name of this compound is... Now you may have wondered how drugs are named. Note that the prefix and suffix have specific meanings. For example, VIR is antiviral, MAB is monoclonal antibody. And check out this list if you're more interested in how drugs are named. Let's say you're in the lab and you make a new compound. You do an elemental analysis of the compound to get a chemical formula. The hydrogen efficiency index tells us the number of pi bonds or rings or both in that compound. So we can use this formula to figure out the hydrogen efficiency index, and then use this table to figure out the number of possible pi bonds or rings in your compound. So a saturated hydrocarbon chain or alkane has this formula. For example, ethane is C2H6. An unsaturated hydrocarbon, an alkene, alkyne, or aromatic, will have fewer hydrogens than an alkane. The H's in a fully saturated alkane chain is equal to 2n plus 2, where n is the number of carbons. For example, C3H8 propane has an HDI of 0. This means propane C3H8 has no pi bonds or rings. So for a hydrocarbon, if the HDI equals 1, that means there could either be 1 pi bond or 1 ring. If the HDI equals 2, it could be these combinations of pi bonds or rings. If you have a compound with a halogen, oxygen, nitrogen, use these rules to calculate the hydrogen efficiency index. So stop the video and determine the HDI of those 3 compounds. So the answers are... So whenever you see C6H6, that's usually going to be benzene. So again, note that benzene has an HDI of 4. C3H6O has an HDI of 1. That means that compound either has 1 pi bond or 1 ring. And for C2H7N, omit the N and 1 H, so that reduces to C2H6. C2H6 has an HDI of 0. That means C2H7N will have no pi bonds and no rings. Let's practice. Stop the video and answer these 4 questions. So for A, the HDI equals 1, so that means there could be 1 pi bond or 1 ring. 2 isomers of C6H12 are 1 hexene or cyclohexane. There are other isomers of C6H12. For B, the answer is cyclohexane is the parent ring, and then these are the branches off the ring. For C, the answer is heptane is the parent chain, and you'll want to number the chain from left to right to get the lowest numbers. Note you also want to put a dash between a number and a letter when you name these compounds. For D, we're going to convert the expanded formula to a skeletal structure. So I've converted the expanded formula to a Lewis structure, and there is the skeletal structure.